What's going on, guys? There's a company you've heard of, but you probably don't grasp how deep it is inside your government. Palantir. It's not just a tech stock. It's the plumbing behind how the state watches, tracks, and targets people. And here's the kicker, in 2025 it reported a 1.4% global effective tax rate while pulling in nearly $2 billion in U.S. government revenue alone. Today we break down the contracts, the surveillance networks, and why this matters. Let's start with the money because that tells you who Palantir really works for. In 2024 Palantir made $2.9 billion. Roughly 55% came from governments. By 2025 revenue jumped to $4.5 billion, and government still supplied about 54%. The U.S. government alone paid Palantir $1.9 billion last year. So when people call it a defense contractor, that's not quite right. It's more like a data fusion contractor that happens to also sell to businesses. Palantir started in 2003 with seed funding from In-Q-Tel, the CIA's venture capital arm. Its first customers were intelligence analysts. Fast forward to 2024 and the Pentagon gives Palantir a $480 million contract to expand Project Maven, an AI system that ingests drone footage and satellite images to automatically flag targets. In 2025 the Army signed a $10 billion enterprise agreement. That's a ceiling over 10 years, not a guaranteed spend, but it locks Palantir into the military's core software stack. Then in March 2026 the Pentagon designated Palantir's Maven AI as a core U.S. military system. And in August 2026 a leaked Defense Department memo surfaced with the subject line funding Palantir, directing up to $244 million by March 2027, reportedly without competitive bidding. Palantir's immigration work is where the civil liberties alarm bells get loud. The company has been an ICE contractor since 2011. In 2014 it built ICE's investigative case management system, the backbone that tracks deportations. In April 2025 ICE paid Palantir another $30 million for Immigration OS, software designed to streamline targeting, self-deportation tracking, and removal workflows. ICE's own documents called Palantir the only source capable of delivering it fast enough. In 2018 and 2019, more than 200 Palantir employees signed letters asking the company to drop ICE contracts. Leadership kept the contracts and expanded them instead. The same software culture shows up in American policing. From 2012 to 2018 the New Orleans Police Department ran a secret predictive policing partnership with Palantir structured as a philanthropic deal, which let it bypass city council approval. The LAPD used Palantir Gotham in Operation Laser and its chronic offender program until a 2019 Inspector General audit found sloppy criteria and informal training, and the chief shut it down. Chicago's Strategic Subject List, or HEAT list, assigned risk scores to roughly 400,000 people before the city killed it in 2019. Santa Cruz became the first U.S. city to ban predictive policing outright in 2020. The pattern is the same everywhere: sweep up data, score people, and ask questions later. This isn't just an American story. In the United Kingdom Palantir has the NHS Federated Data Platform, reported at around £330 million over 5 years, and a £240 million Ministry of Defence contract awarded without competitive tender. But the most revealing project is called Nectar. Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire, and Cambridgeshire police are piloting a real-time data-sharing network built with Palantir that processes health records, political opinions, sexual orientation, race, and information on victims and children. Documents show the ambition is a single unified view that could eventually go national. In Germany, a court had to impose strict limits on how police pull innocent bystanders into Palantir network investigations. In Denmark, national police have used Palantir for counterterrorism since 2016. Now let's talk about the tax bill. In 2025 Palantir's global effective tax rate was about 1.4%, according to a report by the Center for International Corporate Tax Accountability and Research. It paid $0 in U.S. federal corporate income tax and only about $2.5 million in state taxes. In the UK, Palantir paid just £2.1 million in corporation tax in 2024, even though it reported £247 million in UK revenue and more than £25 million in profit. The UK statutory rate is 25%. Palantir says its transfer pricing is standard and OECD compliant, and that it pays plenty in employment taxes. Maybe so. But the optics are brutal. A company whose growth is funded by taxpayer contracts is using legal structures to minimize the tax it pays back to those same governments. So what is Palantir, really? It's not a conspiracy. It's a publicly traded company with a very clear business model: sell governments the software to fuse every data stream they have into one searchable view. The same tools used for military targeting and pandemic logistics are being deployed for immigration enforcement, predictive policing, and health record analytics. The question isn't whether Palantir broke laws. The documented civil liberties concern is that democratic oversight hasn't kept pace with how fast governments can now monitor populations. If you found this useful, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.